Good afternoon, everybody. We are going to go ahead and get started on this month's E3. And our topic this month is on community service. The purpose of the E3 Parent Summits is to engage our families, equip them with practical resources they can use, and empower them to succeed on their journey in independent study with the Blue Ridge Academy. Please note that this session is being recorded for future viewing for Blue Ridge Academy on our Parent Information Center, along with all of our other sessions, and you're welcome to view them at a later time. To help our session run smoothly, here's a couple of requests before we begin this presentation. Please keep your microphones and cameras muted and off. You're welcome to submit any questions into the comment box, as there's going to be a time for Q&A at the end of the presentation. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Alicia Chavez, and I am one of 3 family liaisons here at Blue Ridge Academy. We also have Anna Aguilar and Shannon Eames. We specialize in supporting our wonderful families with virtual resources, valuable workshops, vendor support, and we also moderate all of our social media platforms for Blue Ridge Academy. Here's the flow for today. We're going to start off. We're just going to go ahead and jump into it. We're going to be hearing from Matt Phillips, who is an HST and regional coordinator and has been a part of Blue Ridge for the past 6 years and previously directed the NHS program for 3 years. So welcome, Matt.
Thank you for having me. So I am very excited to talk about this program. This was a program that I was a part of when I was in high school, and it sort of led me to my journey to becoming a teacher. So I'm very passionate about it. But the National Honor Society and the National Junior Honor Society is the organization that I am here to talk about today. And this organization recognizes students for excellence in scholarship, leadership, service, and character. And at Blue Ridge Academy, these programs align with our mission to support student growth through individualized learning and community engagement. So who can join? Our program is a little bit different than national programs at different schools just because of the way that our school is set up. So students in grades 7 through 9 at Blue Ridge would be eligible for NJHS, and students in grades 10 through 12 will be eligible for NHS. And these students must meet GPA requirements and demonstrate positive citizenship and leadership qualities. And in addition to this, students will be invited to the program at the beginning of next year. The new advisor will reach out to students who have met the requirements and invite them into the program, and whether or not the students want to join will be up to them, but they will be invited. So any student who meets the requirements will be invited into the program. And why should your students join? Well, membership helps students grow as leaders, it encourages service to the community, it enhances college career readiness, and it builds strong academic resume. It's great on resumes for colleges and jobs. And then how to join. Students are nominated based on academic performance and teacher input. Most of the time, there is going to be an essay involved as part of the process to get in, and then usually a recommendation from a teacher or a former mentor or advisor. Selected students complete an application and commit to service projects and chapter activities as part of Blue Ridge Academy's NHS and NJHS chapter. So as part of this presentation, I wanted to talk to a couple of my students who have been in the NHS program for a very long time. This family, there are 3 girls in this family, Cassidy, Sage, and Scarlett. And Cassidy is graduating this year. She has been an NHS member from 6th grade all the way to 12th grade. She was a former NHS president, and she is currently a valedictorian for this school year. And I asked each of them a couple questions about what they learned and how they grew as individuals, as scholars and leaders, and this is what they told me. So Cassidy said, I saw joining the National Honor Society as a great opportunity to grow as a person and make a positive impact in my community. I like the idea of being part of a group that values leadership, service, and academic achievement. Plus, I knew it would be a strong addition to my resume as I work toward my future goals. Being in NHS has pushed me to stay focused and consistent with my schoolwork. It's made me more aware of how important it is to balance academics with leadership and service. I've built better study habits and time management skills because I want to meet the expectations that come with being a member. It's also made me think more about how I can use my education to make a positive impact. So that was what Cassidy said about her experience in NHS. And her sister, Sage, is a ninth grader, and she has been in NJHS and NHS now since sixth grade. So she says last year, NHS went to an end of the school year event at Fulcrum Adventure, where everyone was doing different activities like climbing a rock wall, walking across a rope, and swinging from platform to platform. Me and my sisters were interested in climbing the rock wall, which was pretty tall. So my sister Cassidy went first and climbed about a fourth of the way up the rock. My other sister Scarlett went after her and climbed about half the way up the rock wall. Finally, it was my turn, and I climbed about halfway up the rock wall and wanted to give up, but I didn't. I pushed myself and made it to the top. I was so proud of myself. Once I climbed back down, both of my sisters wanted to give it another go, and my sister Scarlett finished the rock wall. I felt like that was a moment that helped me grow as a leader. I feel like I changed my perspective. Instead of saying I have to help my community, I now get to say I get to help my community. So that is what Sage said about her experiences with NHS. And finally, Scarlett said, every year I participate in Operation Christmas Child, hosted by Samaritan's Purse. The charity is such an honor to participate in. Every box that is donated goes to children that won't receive Christmas presents. These children learn about Jesus through pamphlets that they receive in a shoebox. We help transfer these packages with care and love. Doing this each year has given me a new set of leadership skills and a sense of growth within all of the NHS pillars. NJHS has given me a new outlook or how we can make a dent in society and give back to those in need. It's made me realize how fortunate we all are in giving back to our community as a must. When I go to NJHS events or acts of service, I actively try to participate as much as I can. I try new things and talk to new people every time, which helps me grow into a more outgoing and stronger leader. So I'm very proud of these three girls. They are 4.0 students, and they are the model examples of what an NHS program can do and shape students. I've seen them grow. I've seen them find what they're passionate in. Scarlett's into music. She plays the guitar and she rocks out at our talent shows. And her sister Sage likes to ride horses. And Cassidy is acting and singing. So they've all found their passions through our school, and they've all found their passions and kind of figured out how to be a leader through the NHS program. So those were the three girls. And then finally, these are just a couple of the past group photos that we had. So this year on the right, the kids got to visit the Magic Castle, which was really cool. I actually got to visit that as well. And they got a tour of the building, and then we got to see a magic show, which was super cool. And there's so much history to that Magic Castle building, which was awesome. And then back when I was in charge of the program, we had a beach cleanup, and we just went out to a couple beaches. I know Zuma was one of them, and then we went out to Long Beach and then a couple other beaches as well. We just went and picked up trash, and it was really cool. There was a lot of people out on the beaches, and some of them just walked up to us and said, "Hey, can we have a bag and can we join you?" And they helped us pick up trash off the beach. So just a very cool organization, a lot of like-minded individuals, and I highly recommend the NHS and NJHS program to any student who is invited, or any student whose grades might not be where they want to be right now, and they see this and might motivate them to get their grades up. So yeah, that is all I have to say about NHS.
Thank you so much, Matt. I learned a lot. I was in NHS for 1 year in high school as well, but I love the focus on just building each other up in community and their leadership skills. And so, yeah, definitely if your student's interested, we have the websites linked at the end of the slides. Next up, we are going to hear a full testimony from a Blue Ridge student. She's a 10th grader, Madeline Bateman. She actually couldn't be here today, but she submitted an essay for me to share with you guys, and along with this video that she created. My name is Madeline Bateman, and I am excited to share with you a project that means a lot to me and my leadership class. We call it Hope for Veterans, and our goal was to help and support the elderly veterans in our community. Veterans have done so much for our country, but many still face big challenges. Some struggle to get enough food, others feel lonely and don't have enough chances to connect with people. Many need help getting the services they deserve. We wanted to do something to make their lives better. Finding out what the veterans needed, we started by visiting Kara's Corner, a place where veterans meet. We talked to them and asked, what do you need most? Some told us they have a hard time getting the benefits they need. Others said they wanted more social events so they wouldn't feel alone. Many needed help with cleaning their homes and obtaining meals and food. Hearing these stories made us realize that small actions could make a big difference. What we did, the Hope for Veterans Project, we created service projects, multiple service projects, to help veterans in our community. Operation Gratitude, we recruited students from my school to make cards of encouragement for the veterans. We also made bracelets and sold them to fellow students to raise funds for our future projects. Bunko Nights. Honoring and bringing veterans together, we hosted Bunko Night, a fun game night where veterans could relax, meet new friends, and enjoy a night out. Many told us they hadn't been to an event like this in years. It was amazing to see them laughing and having fun. Spaghetti Meal. Helping with food. Did you know that 1 in 9 veterans don't have enough food? We decided to help by providing a spaghetti dinner for them. We asked local businesses to donate food so we could serve 50 to 60 meals. Due to the overwhelming amount of support from our community and love for veterans, we received donations from Claros of 60 ready-to-eat spaghetti meals and 15 pies from Marie Callender's. We had such a wonderful time. The veterans were so happy and also encouraged us to live our lives with passion. This project really helped our team feel like we made a positive impact, and at the same time, we felt like they encouraged us too. Last Saturday on March 29th, we had our Laverne Post open house. We helped set up the post and ran a hat bar where veterans could design a hat with patches, a small gift from our team to let them know that we supported them. And in addition, we will help a few veterans clean their homes and pull weeds in their yards. Through this project, I learned that leadership isn't just about planning. It's about investigating local community needs, raising awareness, and then using my time and abilities through volunteerism to help those in need. It's about being willing to investigate the need and as a team to do something about it. I was kind of bummed when I heard that Madeline wouldn't be able to be here, but then she sent in her essay and I thought it's still perfect. Like, we still get to hear so much of what she's been doing. And this is an ongoing project that she has going on. So it's something she's really invested in. And I love that they had put a little video together for us to kind of get a glimpse. So we're thankful for you submitting this, Madeline. And we are thankful for what you're doing in the community. All right, next up, I'm going to go ahead and let this student introduce herself because she is here with us. So can you please start by telling us a little bit about yourself? Let's get your name and your grade and maybe a fun fact.
Hi, my name is Faith. I'm in 9th grade and I have been a scout for 3 years. 3.
All right.
I'm here to share how formerly known as Boy Scouts of America, now called Scouting of America, has done so much community service and how it does that. As I said, I've been doing scouting for 3 years. I'm in Troop 76, and I joined because I wanted to get out of the house and maybe make a change, and potentially get Eagle, which would be really nice and would look great on resumes, especially. There is a lot of community service relating to scouts, like helping schools, religious organizations, businesses, local events, and cleanups. But the biggest thing I would say is an Eagle Project. It is dedicated to your community, either by helping your school, religion, a business in some way. It helps your community. One thing that a lot of people don't see is how much it does. It has blown my mind how helpful scouting is. A few of the Eagle projects that I have seen in my time has been donating books to the libraries, was making a box for a World War II gun display. And for my Eagle project, which I'm hoping to get done by winter, is to make tents and supplies for the homeless for the harsh winters of California. For a lot of people, scouting can create a big difference in their lives. A lot of people have different experiences out there, but the biggest thing that I've known is that everyone loves it. There is something for you, always, either in the badges or the camping. For me, I found communication to be my thing that I learned. But there's always something for you, always. So I would suggest, if you are interested in doing some community service, scouting is something fun to try. you'll find something for you. And that's all.
Thank you, Faith. Can you share with us maybe one of, I'm sure there's more, but can you pick one of your favorite memories from scouting, whether it was like a community service project you were doing or just a time that you were hanging out with other people in your meeting? Just what's one of your favorite memories so far that you have?
Well, my favorite memory, it's actually one of these photos. We were given a like boat-like thing. I honestly don't know what it was. And we claimed that it was a big fish that we caught and went to our scoutmaster from a lake to our campsite, which was a mile walk, carrying this, being like, we got it. But
That
yeah,
sounds so fun. Thank you for being here, Faith, and sharing about Scouts. And I wish you luck in your future adventures. And I hope you get that eagle. All right, next up, we have another Blue Ridge student, and I'm also going to let her introduce herself. So can you go ahead and start off telling us your name and grade and a fun fact?
Hi, I'm Ellie Bjornstedt. I'm in 8th grade, and I'm an 8th grader who loves ice hockey. So this past few months, I've worked with Ability First with my aunt and my aunt's friend, Louisa. We made food. We made food for the fire victims. So we have made over 50 meals for families for about 72 people. The reason I joined Ability First was my family has been with Ability First for 25 years, and I wanted to continue this and help my community. So the main reason was I had to do it for a Girl Scout project, but I could not do it because it would not count as a silver award. So I decided to just do it from my heart and wanted to help. I've participated in all the events. I've helped with my cousin and mostly worked with, I've sorted out food for families and helped out drive-throughs and walk-ins. So I would distribute foods into helpful packets and give them out to the fire victims. So yeah.
Yes.
You were muted, Alicia, so can you ask that question again?
Oh, sorry. I heard, Ellie, that you started doing this a couple months ago.
Yes.
So you were making meals, like how often were you seeing the families and making meals?
Every Friday, and the families will come and pick up the food on Friday night as a dinner for them.
That is so cool. It's something so close and local, so I'm sure that was really special for you to do. Do you have maybe a favorite memory that you want to share from your time making meals for Abilities First?
The photo where I'm above my aunt's head, like taking a pose. Before that, we were making the food in a Pasadena center for disabled people, and some of those people came in and wanted to help and helped us prepare the food for the fire victims. So that was very fun, and it made everything a lot more easier, and we could get it done more quicker. And
yeah, it's always fun when you have people working alongside you. It definitely like makes the time pass so much faster. Is there anything else that you want to share with us about your time making meals for the fire victims?
No.
Okay, well, we're so thankful that you were here and able to share with us today, and that we got to see just a little glimpse of what you've been doing. And we're just thankful for each person who was able to join us, even if it wasn't in person, even the testimonials that Matt shared and Madeline shared. It's just been really inspiring to see what these students are doing, and they're just taking charge and finding ways to use their talents and abilities to contribute to spreading kindness around them and meeting needs that they see. So I'm so thankful to have heard each of your stories. And we are going to move on to the last portion of our presentation and hear from our own Blue Ridge counselor, Sherry, with some tips and takeaways regarding community service. And you're going to want to pay attention because Sherry has some great information for the students who are already volunteering or who are interested in getting started as it relates to their academics. So go ahead and fill us in, Sherry.
Thank you. Thank you, Alicia. Okay, yeah, hi. My name is Sherry Quinones, and I'm one of the 6 high school counselors here at Blue Ridge. And yes, counselor tips and takeaways for service learning, community service, service projects, all of those names are interchangeable. And just a little tidbit in another district, I used to be service learning coordinator, which is why I am so happy to be here because there's nothing like students completing and doing and participating in service projects. So the one big tip, and actually it's been demonstrated beautifully here today, is to create a service portfolio. And that is a collection of materials that demonstrate your involvement and impact in community service activities. So the first tip under portfolios are ask your direct report for a letter of recommendation, which is usually something no one really thinks about, but you could take it and put it in your physical portfolio or your electronic folder. And you might be able to use it for scholarship applications or some other kind of reference that you might need when they need an adult reference that knows you and knows your work and your work ethic. So strongly encourage, ask your direct report while you're doing the project or when the project's almost over, maybe not at first, for a letter of recommendation. Do you think it's possible that you'd write a letter of recommendation for me or reference? And most people are happy to do that. And make sure, if you can, that it has the company letterhead, like Ability First, the letterhead on it. And then, you could just keep it and then use it. The program name, it should have your name, of course, number of hours of service. And we're going to touch on this in number 2, but the number of hours of service or days that you perform service, that can be critical with scholarship applications when they know if you have 60 hours of community service, which is sometimes a requirement, 300 hours of community service for some scholarship applications. An opinion of your performance and a referral, in the letter. I would refer her, or I would highly recommend, let's see, Ellie. I would highly recommend Ellie for a position with your company or your college or whatever. So that's number 1. Ask for a letter. Keep record of your hours, whether you do this on your phone or ask the organization if they have a time tracking form. Some of them do, like a timesheet, or you can just make your own. Create a Google Doc, or again, keep it on your phone. But again, this could be key. Data is always key. This could be key when you're applying for scholarships or other programs that require you to have, again, a certain number of hours for service. So, yeah. Next slide, please. Number 3 under portfolios, collect business cards of the people you encounter during your project, or the contact for the info in charge of the persons, in charge of the service program, or just keep track or write down their name, title, email, and phone number. In case you need to refer to them, does anyone know your work? Yes, I have this letter, but also I have person B, and I have their contact information, their email address, and maybe you might need to put that down on an application of some kind. So keep track of the people you are, quote unquote, working with and for. Number 4, write a reflection of the experience, which was beautifully demonstrated just in terms of Who was that? I think it was it, who, Madeline. Madeline, in the beginning of her presentation, she wrote the reflection or stated or read her reflection, which includes the project, what you did, what moved you the most, what it made you think more about. It's a reflection. And the impact you made. What difference did you make in society or with the organization or with people for your project? Number 5, add the service project to your brag sheet or resume. And this is actually a link for your brag sheet or resume, but if you don't have it, it is in your HST can get it for you, your counselors, we can get it for you. I don't know if you're going to have access to the slides, but that is a link to a brag sheet that we use or we recommend using for students. And it just tracks all of your activities that you've done throughout high school. So you can add the service activity to your brag sheet. So yes, and use it. You can use it as work experience and leadership experience, which the students we heard from today have done that beautifully. Okay, now the technical part of it. Service is not usually paid. Okay, so service is service because it's not usually paid. It's you're doing something to improve society or people's lives or the environment, etc. And you're doing it with no monetary gain. That is service or community service. At Blue Ridge, you can, however, receive some kind of elective credit if you are involved in a service project. So speak with your HST about it, but this is one elective that you could use and receive credit for at 5 credits a semester. The community service elective, 1 through 4. So you could, if you're involved in service every year, you can take the community service elective 1A. If you're a freshman, first semester involved in community service, 1B, second semester. And when you become a sophomore, 10th grader, you can take community service elective 2A and B. So you can receive 10 credits a year for community service at Blue Ridge. And here's the suggested curriculum. You can click on those links, but again, talk to your HST. But there are project-based criteria. There's volunteer-based. There's a complete guide to service learning as a reference. So it's a lot about service learning in this community service elective. So again, meet with your HST. It exists. You can earn 5 credits per semester. Next slide, please. Okay. Another Blue Ridge elective that you could possibly use. Now, the service elective, community service elective, that's kind of a no-brainer. You're in a service project, you can get credit for it. For the Blue Ridge leadership elective, there are a couple of other components, like you have to be kind of in a leadership position, but it's possible to earn credit under the leadership elective as well. Where you're developing student leaders and you make a positive impact, all of the wonderful, wonderful comments and amazing comments and impact that we've heard from our students today. The course prepares them for workforce and enhances skills necessary to become active, productive citizens. So you cannot get credit for the same project for both. But these electives are here. Again, speak with your HST on that. Next slide, please. Okay, there are many, many, many benefits to service learning or service projects, completing or participating in them. They connect you to others. You've heard it all today, you know. They strengthen your community. You gain leadership skills, as in one of the sisters was speaking of today in terms of being a leader for her sister and pulling her, you know, encouraging her to climb the wall. That you build empathy or caring for others, for other humans. And you understand your place in society and how fortunate we are, you know, when we help others. Networking, you get to meet great people, adults and peers. Personal growth, you do grow. And one of our students mentioned how much she felt she grew and grew as a leader. Sense of purpose, it instills a sense of purpose in you. Communication increases communication skills. When our scouts were carrying the fish, that's like communication. Hey, don't walk here, do that, just team building. It helps determine.
Carrie, your microphone is cutting out.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Okay, now it's in.
Okay. You can help, service can help you prepare for a career. It can give you a taste for what you care for doing and what you don't care for doing. So it can determine a career path. It reduces stress, makes you feel good, and reduces stress by putting focus on the other. Helping other people reduces your stress, according to the research. You improve your confidence and you learn new great skills. So all of these benefits were touched on today by our amazing students who completed their service projects or participated in service. So yes, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your counselor or your HST. And yeah, it's been great being with you today. I just love it, community service.
Thank you so much, Sherry. That was really helpful, even for me. And I don't have kids doing this yet, but it was really great to see it all laid out. And for the families who come back and watch this, just to know, your students are probably doing something already that they could be getting credit for. So make sure you check in with your teacher and just get that added to get credits for their elective courses. These are a couple things. Oh, can we go to the slide before? Here we go. Upcoming community service opportunities. These are Blue Ridge events. These are our monthly community connections. There are 2 that are actually coming up that were related. So I thought, let's put them in here if anyone's interested in joining. So Thousand Oaks is doing a beach cleanup. And if you click both of those links on there, it'll open up the flyer. It gives you the location and the time. Thousand Oaks is doing one and San Pedro is doing one this week and next week. So go ahead and check those out too. Or maybe just start one of your own. Maybe you're inspired and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go and just something simple. I'm gonna bring some trash bags. I'm gonna go pick up some trash at the beach and just invite some people to do it with you. All right, next slide. These are links for NHS, NJSS, counselor website, and the Community Connections website. Just some helpful things to recap. And then the slides will be available. I know Sherry was wondering. So you can go back and look and click on all those links for anything that you saw on here. And I just wanted to add, why did we do this presentation on community service? Not just because we want your kids to have things to add to their academic resume. While that's a nice benefit, we just wanted to remind families and students that each one of you are valuable to your community, and each of you have an opportunity to share specific talents that are unique to you and strengths that you have with those around you, and help make the world a better place. And just like a little kindness can go a long way. You just never know what someone's going through, and the little things that you're doing are building up so many people.
Absolutely. And we want to just thank you for joining us today. Normally, our E3 parent summits are for parents, but we really felt that we wanted our parents to know and really hear from our students and how they are making a positive impact on their community. That we have students who, kind of like Ellie suggested, yeah, her Girl Scouts weren't going to give her credit for the program that she was doing, but she felt in her heart that this was a project that felt near and dear to her. And I just wanted to give a little reflection that Ellie, I am so proud of you for taking on this project and really maybe continuing this. As you said, your family has been doing it for decades, and you taking on the baton and continuing it, that just shares a lot about who you are and your character, even in 8th grade. I hope that inspires other students to say, hey, you know what? I'm in that grade, and that may be something that I'm interested in as well. And so I just wanted to kind of take that moment to encourage you. And Faith, I love your aspiration. You are wanting to go into being an Eagle and then, you know, maybe pursue something even after that. Only being in Scouts for 3 years, I admire your determination. I think that you have a goal and you are just set to achieve it. And in that kind of goal setting, you're doing such great things in your community and just enriching the lives of others in the midst of that. So I applaud you both, young ladies, for taking on those. And for our NHS students, I'm so glad that our school champions this and continues to support our students in these endeavors. We have amazing students, and I think we can all say that. I mean, we love to brag about them, but we continuously encourage our students to do more and to go for whatever they are endeavoring to do. So with that said, we just are wanting to, again, champion our students and wanting the best for them. So as we conclude, I just wanted to share, my screen was about to die, but it's back now. But I wanted to share this, oops, excuse me. Let's see if I can do this again. Try to share my screen again. At this time, we do have a QR code. We have actually two. One to your left is a QR code if you are interested in seeing any of our other recordings for our other E3 sessions that we have going on. And then to the right, there is one that says Scan Me. We are always looking for different topics to support our parents. So if you have any ideas where we can support you, any ideas that you'd like us to research and present, please feel free to fill that out. Also, that is a survey. So to let us know how we're doing, how you felt about this presentation, and anything that we can add additional to that. It's always helpful. We're always looking to improve, and we want to make sure that we are providing the utmost support for our families. So once again, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I'm hoping you can see that right now. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. I think my computer is wigging out on me, but we will make sure. Again, we will post this on the Blue Ridge Bulletin. It will be on our Facebook page. It will be on our site. So we will have that ready for you. Thank you so much for joining. We hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
I was trying to share for you, Anna, but it said
my computer
share.
is wigging out, and
I tried to share,
like
but
flashing
I'm not
right
a
now.
host.
I have no idea why, and your volume, I can't hear you. Like, I have no idea. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
My computer screen, like my laptop screen, is crashing, and it says check my audio device, failed to detect your speaker. I'm telling you.